You've landed in the wastes. Now shake it off and begin moving. The sun is near. It will consume this place.
Let's go over how the first week has been. As far as progression, gameplay, answer a lot of the questions I've been asked on stream, and what changes have been made since day 1 of the test. After day 1, they realized keeping everybody on Cradle for 2 days is not exactly practical, so they rolled out the canyon maps. In this post, they also addressed that they are pacing the progression so that players are enjoying the stages of said progression as we come across it, rather than min-maxing to endgame. This was also about the time that Xbox players were encountering issues, to say the least, not being able to see the tutorial whatsoever, having no means of any inkling of how to progress, and with there being a little bit of new players and a little bit of old players coming in, that does pose quite an issue. However, some players are just trying to power through it. So hopefully that fix comes soon. They are waiting on certification through Xbox before they can roll the update out. So who knows how long that's going to take on Xbox's end. So good luck, Xbox players. My best suggestion is try to level up as best you can, get a base down and a basic walker, and take out root boot camps, do quests over at trade. And if you have any questions on progression or need help, there's the Discord link down below where you can pop into chat while I'm live. Right as the weekend rolled out, day 2 wrapped up, and they gave us quality maps and ancient city tiles. The quality system is focused around these quality maps that pop up. They are event tiles. They only last for so long. You need to go onto that tile and loot as much quality as you possibly can. It all ranges from green, blue, purple to gold. So, common, uncommon, rare, legendary. Root boot camps are incredibly bountiful as far as loot goes, so you don't have to worry about just going over there with tools. You can just loot root boot camps. But keep in mind, a lot of other players are going to be doing the same. So the earlier you get there, the better. Otherwise, it's going to be cleaned out, because the resources do not respawn. At this time, they also released the claiming of tiles. I personally, nor has my group, been able to do such yet, but quite a few clans have. As the weekend wrapped up, we've been seeing a lot of server issues because there's been quite a lot more players. We went from 1.2k to 2,000 players over the weekend. Before this test, we were sitting at about 40 concurrent players. With that said, they did not account for the amount of players that came back, so the servers are struggling a bit because they're operating at full capacity. Now, because of that, that's creating some ping issues, and I personally have experienced that. At the start of the test, I was running at about 60 to 70 ping. Now, on the same server, I am hitting at about 100 to 110 ping, and getting lots of rubber banding, lots of desync, lots of fun. So hopefully they fix that. They did relocate some servers to address the ping issue a little bit, so hopefully that helps you guys some. I personally have not seen too much improvement. A little bit, a lot better than it was, but only so much they can do. There will be a patch coming this week that are addressing some bugs and crashes that they found in the test so far. They didn't really elaborate as to what that is yet, and there will be a patch notes posted later on. However, unfortunately for Xbox players, they are still waiting for certification. So your patch is not coming yet, hopefully soon. With this patch coming out, we are also going to be seeing the next tiles. This means Volcanions and their respective event tiles will be coming. So that means we will see clay tiles spawning, I believe, with Occam and Go-Go and Koa on it. However, the event tiles will not be spawning until shortly after the Volcanion tile, in time for the weekend for everybody to squabble over land and fight over resources. Well, that's enough from the devs. How do I feel about the game so far after the first week of the test? I think the game's back. I think the game's where it should have been from the get-go. It actually feels like an MMO. The skill tree system is great. It's very easy to progress. It's not too grindy whatsoever. You do a few reboot camp and you level up relatively quickly. Grinding for resources? Well, you're leveling up by going to reboot camps. You're going to find that you're getting an abundance of resources. You can have what you need to keep your base up or to progress to the next step in what you're trying to get going within half an hour to an hour. No problem. However, you will notice that things start to feel grindy after a point. And there's a reason for that. That stuff that feels grindy to get is because you're at the top tier of what is available at that region. Meaning, that stuff is going to be harder to get, and the stuff before that is the expendable stuff you can lose. But if you're rich in resources, you can use the higher tier gear and have a leg up on other people to a degree. Still boils down to skill. Bone glue and nomad cloth, for example. They're kind of annoying to get right now. Not impossible, not too difficult. I mean, if you just go do some reboot camps, so you have a chance of dropping as loot there. It's easy to go get some cattail and go farm some bone from the center of the map or throughout the canyons. Like, it's easy to obtain, just a little grindy to get the resources because they're not overly abundant like wood and fiber is. Now, with Volcanions coming out, I don't know if you guys remember, there was an incredible abundance of bone on those tiles. So now bone's going to be a little easier to get. I don't think we'll see too much of base raiding, but definitely prepare for it. So just like in Rust, in Tarkov, in any other online game, if you're by yourself, death is part of the process, right? Live within your means. Right now I have a baling, a dinghy, and a mollusk, and that is more than I need. I've been working with a clan, but since the clan's been established, I've been operating solo, so I can kind of live vicariously through them to see what clan progression is like, and also see what solo progression is like by myself. And obviously the clan is doing better than I am. They've had more hours, more people doing shit, etc. So they have some ceramic from the event tiles, some quality, so on and so forth. I've never been one to care about quality in previous seasons, but who knows? Maybe that'll change this season. They said they reworked the entire crafting and harvesting resources grind, and they did. It's a lot easier, like I said, to get on your feet and get the stuff you need to survive. That being said, they've made it to where you can't craft any sort of gear on your person. You have to go to crafting stations. So when you get to tier 1 gear, you're no longer to craft it on you. You have to go to a fiber working station or a woodworking station in order to craft said things. Not just any woodworking or fiberworking, it has to be an advanced one. This making it to where you have something expendable on the tile and you can't just rat around and craft kits as you move. All I care about is getting the raptor, and that's not until level 60, and I am not even level 30 yet. Enough about progression. How's the combat? The combat's good, it's always been good. It's had its ups and downs with a couple nerfs and buffs here and there with like grapple and wingsuit, but it feels good now. I haven't had a wingsuit yet. I've heard some people say it's broken. I've heard other people say it flies fine. So I guess we'll find out here soon because I'm about to be level 30. Walker combat feels better than ever. With the changes of center of gravity, walkers feel a lot more grounded. Well, grounded in perspective to the walker you're driving. If you're in a dinghy and you're ripping around in that thing, well, that's still gonna happen. The ability for me to have a mollusk with turrets on the roof that I can control while being safe inside my walker is a beautiful thing for a solo. Or if you're a small group, can you imagine a herd of mollusks rolling up on someone and they've got a bunch of scatter and ballista? Have like one mollusk torqued the fuck out with a ballista facing backwards to harpoon some poor dinghy or something. The other two kitted up with a bunch of scatter or whatever. It would be brutal. Obviously, it can easily be overpowered by a larger group, but it makes it more viable for solos to survive, especially with us having the lever cage now, and we can put that on the toboggan, the stiletto, anything that requires levers. Except for the mollusk, because, well, I mean, you could put it on the mollusk, but that's a little silly. All in all, I think it's much better than it's ever been, and there's more than enough reason to reinstall it if you haven't already. Or if you haven't gotten it yet. It's on sale. It's like $10, I think. I don't know, something like that. Depends where you are, on the globe, obviously. But where I live, it's like $10. So, it's on sale. Last Oasis is back. I'll be streaming this mostly every day. I'll be live on both YouTube and Twitch. If you want less latency with chat, go to Twitch. If you want better resolution, go to YouTube. Discord down below if you want to see updates or people to play with. And I'll see you guys out there in the sand.